Yep.
Alright, here's Robert and I in the studio at the start of it all.
Yep.
There we are, at the start of it all.
Yep.
Okay. What are we on this?
Oh, I'm gonna let you.
I'm listening.
That's the new book is this one.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Give me one moment.
Okay.
Alright. So yeah, we're still here. That was me helping Robert Cohen get himself situated here in the studio. Robert's here with me now. Nice to see you today.
Good to see you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. It's been I've had some beautiful days. I've had some restful days. I've had some caught by surprise moments, and but overall, it's all been really beautiful and very fortunate. So I'm grateful for that.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll definitely be grateful in that capacity.
Yep.
To whom it may concern, thank you for your consideration of my entry. As a person with a physical challenge, my daily struggles of navigating this world are emotionally enhanced with the combination of the world's and my own personal feelings of lack of love. The collection of poems I present to you is a piece that speaks dearly to and about my heart. I hope you enjoy it. And about the author, Robert Wheels Cohen, a Savannah, Georgia native, born on July the 9th of 1982. Although he was diagnosed only a year later with cerebral palsy, he has never let his diagnosis stop him from achieving his goals. And I would imagine you must have had great assistance and support with that as well,
Right.
huh?
Right.
People that really advocated for you to figure out and learn how to do things on your own. And
Yes, sir.
You know, I know another beautiful fellow, Kyle, love to you, out there who is not as self-sufficient as yourself. And, you know, you have been empowered in so many ways. Although you are challenged, you have been empowered in so many ways. That's a great blessing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep, and Robert was educated with the Chatham County Public School System, earned a Bachelor of Science in Sociology, with a minor in Psychology in 2005 from Savannah State University. And also that year, at the age of 23, received his license in ministry and became an ordained minister as well. And with his faith at the helm, he has served in many ministries throughout his life, starting in the historic Childhood Church, the first African Baptist church located in Franklin Square in downtown Savannah. And he is now a member of the First Jerusalem Baptist Church, where he serves in the greeters ministry, as well as the group ministering ministry. And Robert, currently a motivational speaker, an intercessor of prayer and of devotional services, member of Brandon Hearts International Church. And some of his ministries have gone beyond the doors of the church to serve as a volunteer summer camp youth prevention counselor for the city of Savannah, a mentor at Goodwill, an outpatient escort at Memorial Health University, as well as a minister of smiles at the therapeutic program at at John S. Delaware Recreation Center.
Yep.
As well. And currently serves at the Chatham Savannah Citizens Advocacy. Great organization there. And holds the prestigious title of Chairman of the Board of Directors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic job.
Wow.
And although Robert Wheels Cohen cannot hold a pencil to write, he has written several books to date. You can find his available titles at linktree.com/RE Cohen 1821.
Yeah.
That's RECOHEN 1821. Continue to be inspired. And then again, he emphasized, I can't hold a pencil to write, but I wrote several books on and counting. Don't let anything stop you. And That's a fantastic accomplishment. You know, and like I said, here where I really want to commend is your family and your support group along the way, who, you know, played a role
Yup.
in planting that seed for
Right.
you to be able
My-
to maneuver.
My family is a big support in what I do and what I all that I have become, all that I will become. So my family is definitely a driving force of what I'm doing.
I commend them immensely.
Because what it is, a lot of people don't realize what it takes to have to raise an individual with developmental disabilities. But it's very difficult, to say the least.
Life altering and an everyday occupation and everyday attention and lifelong attention.
Yup.
Yeah,
And-
I commend all of those out there who are taking care of others. That's a great service, a great tribute, and a great honor, a great symbol of self as well, to give so much in your expression and in your sharing and in your nurturing.
Right.
And Robert, you've been nurtured over time, haven't you?
Right. I've been very nurtured.
Yeah, I
And I'm one of the fortunate people who doesn't really take my disability literally, but I try to be there and be an inspiration to those not only others with a disability, because you may have people that's out walking around that's not as outgoing and as outspoken as.
I've seen that, and
Yeah.
what has touched me, you know, yourself as well as Kyle, who I had spoken of earlier, the two of you, the service that you have given back to the world.
Yeah.
Kyle will go to the old folks' homes and sing for them and entertain. He will go and volunteer
Yep.
and you know, lend himself
Yup.
to service. And I see that you are that same sort of person.
Yup.
Was that something that was suggested, or did you just find that in your heart through everything that was being given to you? Did you just feel this need and urge to give back?
Well, I know that too, but then also, I'm one of those people, I like to keep it moving.
Yeah.
So I try to keep myself going, because that keeps you from getting down in the dumps, and it keeps your physical health
Yes.
good too.
Yes.
So I didn't want to get to the point where I wasn't doing nothing, because that causes me, that for me, that's a problem. If I'm not doing something, I feel like I'm not making a contribution to the world.
Isn't that powerful there? You know, I think of people who have good health and, you know, are able to, and may that be something they heed along the way. And if you're ever at an event and see Robert there, you'll see his wheelchair on the constant move, because he does like to mingle. He likes to get
Just
around. He
just-
likes to make sure
just like
that he got to say hello to you.
Just
and,
like
and it keeps his mind busy as well. As he
just
said.
like when I met you in October at the book festival,
Yeah.
and
We had met actually prior to that. We had encountered each other a couple of times at the Scythian Bean. And
Oh,
we had
yeah.
spoken. And
Well-
then again at the book festival is when
Yeah.
we really, really got to talk
yeah,
and connect. And when we kind of had planned this all that time ago.
yeah,
And then time just kept escaping us.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to make sure I had a copy of the book before I came,
Uh-huh.
so now I got some. So I wanted to be sure I had a copy of the book.
Yeah, you do.
But But so so for me, and anybody who was out there in the audience, if you got any questions for me, if you wanna ask questions or leave me a comment, I'll be posting this video on my Facebook and on my Instagram when we finish.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Pardon. Yeah. So yes, this will be on Facebook Live a little bit later. You'll
Yep.
get to see Robert. Right now we have the camera facing him
Yep.
doing his thing.
Yep.
And what was it like growing up here for you, Robert?
Growing up in Savannah, well, when I first grew up, it was a very good experience. But now, I think I'm to the point I've been here so long that I've seen everything. So everything else that everybody's going wild about, I've already seen 100 times. So, yeah. So, but growing up in Savannah, it wasn't always, 85% of it was good. The problem I have, and this is a problem with not only people with disabilities, ever since COVID, there's been a lot of, whether seen or unseen, there's been a lot of discrimination, not only towards me, but I've seen it with other people as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate to hear.
But it's okay because it's a learning experience.
I would imagine people are so fearful of catching things, they see you and probably have this sense that they could catch whatever you have, and it scares them.
But it's not. What people don't realize is cerebral palsy is a developmental disability. You can't catch anything from that.
That's where simple ignorance comes into play, when people just do not know and do not understand those things.
Exactly, and that's the word I was trying to avoid, but I'm glad you said it.
Well, it is, and I say it's an innocent thing too.
Yeah.
You're ignorant.
Yeah.
It just simply really means that you do not know.
Yeah.
And that's all. It's just
Yeah.
a matter of fact thing. It's not an insult. It's not a fault of anyone. It's just that they may not have been taught or exposed.
Yeah.
Simple enough.
And it's a lot of people that haven't been exposed.
Yes, that's very true.
But what I want you to know is people, just because we're different doesn't mean we don't have a contribution.
That's very true.
Because you're looking at somebody that's got a high school diploma, a college degree, a minister's license, a 7-time author. So, I mean, there's contributions that can be made. You just have to be you have to have the mindset to want to do it.
I think that's the biggest part, to say the least. And it really is important. And that's why I immediately addressed watching you show up here on your own and making way into the studio and realizing that you have reached a level of self-sufficiency. And for most people would feel challenged every day while they have full well-being, and I could only imagine the mental and emotional focus of staying on task when you're challenged on top of it.
Yeah, and like you said, it's a problem for people who don't have physical disabilities.
Yeah.
So I mean, bet double that for a person with a disability. But you always have to keep the mindset of I'm here for a reason. God put me here for a reason. And if I'm not dead yet, God is keeping me here for a purpose. And what it is, a lot of people don't realize their purpose.
True.
And that's why a lot of people are giving up, are being 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 excommunicated or ignored because they don't feel like they have a sense of family, a sense of love. And all of us want a sense of belonging. And I feel like if people don't have that sense of belonging, that's why during the holidays you hear of a lot of people killing themselves because they don't have a sense of belonging or a sense of love. And it's really important.
Yeah, lack of emotional connection or feeling of any sort of emotional support.
Yeah. And I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's a lot of people in the world now that's dealing with that because there's a lot of homelessness. There's a lot of people who don't have money for certain things. And then, but on the other hand, you got certain people that's just out here playing the game, want people to believe they're homeless, but they're walking around with Jordans on. And I'm thinking,
that's a whole conversation there.
Yeah. So it's like you're sitting on the corner of Victor Drive where the trees are with a sign, but you got Jordans on your feet. And my thing is, if you can do that, you can go get on somebody's job.
I ask people sometimes when I see them there regularly, and sometimes
I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, but I mean,
it's amazing how you feel like an outsider if you have to ask for help, and then how you're viewed as useless if you're given handouts to help you along, right? Like that compassion of their good friend, that everybody talks about in their good books. How you give in order to get. But it is amazing how society has set this balance and people are estranged, and sometimes those that want to give don't always have to give. That's where their frustration comes from. And wondering, where is all this stuff going? Where are all these resources going that we're lacking resources here or what or that?
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because the United States, well, I don't know what the numbers are now, but we were the third richest country in the world. But yet and still we got all this homelessness, all these people without jobs, and it's not because people don't want to work. It's just that the job market is so hard now.
Yeah, definitely. The last 30 years have, annexed many jobs out of the country and have cut many jobs for price savings and profit savings and all that. And then those are the same people that fingers are pointed at and they're condemned in that sort of situation. That's a conversation for Barbara Humphrey's show, Barbara and Apollo, coming in on Tuesdays on Voices of Resistance, Voices of Reason. That's one you should show up to and hold that conversation there.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, meantime, you're listening to WRUULP Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM on Savannah's radio dial. That's WRUU.org on the worldwide interweb. We are Savannah Soundings Community Radio with global soul, and we are community radio. It's folks like yourselves, again, us, helping each other, making certain that we have enough resource to stay on the air. And yes, we ask listeners like you, if you are able, go on to WRUU.org, follow the donation links. Just $1 per month can make a difference. And I figure if we did like $1 a month towards, say, 40 things, that's $40 well spent,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
for good causes. That's the sort of thing that, you know, we look to share and propose for one another. Of course, Underground Kings showing up after this with the Wednesday night lineup, the Cinema Cadence. I gotta show up for that one. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna sit in on that one too. I loved that conversation. Of course, theme stream later tonight, and the Crondor Hour. I don't know if you heard that. Thursdays at 9 p.m. That sounds like an interesting one as well. WRUU, your local community radio station. I want to make an announcement. It is today that they are having a discussion for the Civic Center Legacy Project. The Civic Center Legacy Project Planning. And it's open house. And this city of Savannah is hosting this open house today, Wednesday, February the 18th, on the Civic Center Legacy Project and the surrounding Tricentennial Park. This will be held at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Civic Center at 301 West Oglethorpe Avenue, the ballroom. It will begin with an open house at 5:30, which is just an hour away, followed by a presentation at 6 p.m. And the meeting will explain how the Civic Center and Tricentennial Park are being planned as a connected, coordinated district. And more information available online at www.savannahga.gov/planning under Planning Initiatives. And that's the Civic Center Legacy Project Planning Open House that is taking place today, Wednesday, February the 18th at 5:30 p.m. at the MLK Civic Center Ballroom at 301 West Oglethorpe Avenue. Speaking of how the Civic Center and Tricentennial Park will be planned as a connected and coordinated district. So you can explore that for those future developments as well that will transpire here in town. And I can check all those boxes and have those things satisfied
Yep.
for some of my on-air
Yep.
requirements. And if we were to flash back to 1733 again, they're still involved with this social experiment with multiple purposes here on the bluff. Clearing the land for a colony of promise, a corporation of intention and toil. Quite a time. And other things going on at that time, it was the time of Voltaire. In terms of the history of ideas, Voltaire's single most important introduced the thought of Newton and Locke to France, right? Is radical, sometimes been taught along the way. Currents, Spinoza, and stuff like that. I'm on the radio, you alright?
Hello?
I'm on the radio. Yep. And Spinoza, Voltaire's beliefs, a whole bunch of other things going on as well, right around this time. Telephone calls coming in. Jonathan Swift was in fame of his writing, for sure. The Rococo art movement. He had music like Vivaldi and Bach. The days of Benjamin Franklin starting a newspaper. You get the birth of George Washington, John Adams. You get European wars, Polish secession from Russian rule. Europe's stages of draining China, and the British colonizing India, harvesting opium, imposing a Molasses Act, and you had a time of the intellectual enlightenment, radical movements in Zurich, Geneva, in German schools of thought as well, and they go on to establish Savannah,
Yep.
this precious jewel of a dirty old town, for it is such a thing for sure. And Robert has grown up here in Savannah. We
Yeah.
established that.
And I've seen a lot of historical changes and differences
Yeah.
in what happens in the world, because there's a lot of differences in what goes on now and what has going on, and the differences in the world now from the world like 20, 30 years ago
Yeah.
is totally different.
Yeah, we've had changes. We've definitely seen changes in just the last 5 years.
Yep.
You know, we've seen immense changes. So
Okay.
we just do our best to, adapt and maneuver along. I just wanted to take these and
Okay.
be able to take a look. I went
Okay.
over and I pulled out some of Robert's books for him and put them on his table. I didn't know if he was gonna. I wanted to tell us about his books and maybe read us a little something if he has
Okay.
it in his heart.
All right. Well, I got a couple of my books out here, and the newest one is Trials, Tribulations, and Triumphs. That's the one we were waiting on copies of to come in. What basically I want the world to see from this is me trying to deal with my own personal situation, but at the same time, I'm dealing with the world. I'm helping the world try to deal with their situations. And
You seem to be helping yourself by helping others, which is a great noble exchange.
yeah, cause I try not to be selfish in the way I think about things. I try to think about things the way everybody would think about them. So, therefore, I'm trying to be transparent and not judgmental or what. Trying to be transparent and not being judgmental or critical to the things that are going on in the world.
I find that if you could somehow remain neutral, but yes, acknowledge those things, that it seems to open conversation for being able to initiate changes. So that's a good approach.
Right.
This is Trials, Tribulations, and Triumphs, Continuously Progressing Forward by Robert Wheels Cohen, and 100 poems, huh?
Yep.
100 states of thought, 100 days of thought of you.
And there's a part 2 to that that'll be coming out shortly.
And this one's more of the personal. This one's more of a personal approach to things you said.
Well, through poetry, personal approach through poetry.
So,
But trying to give my situation and my circumstances a voice without having to talk to somebody face to face. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, that's one of the great things about exchange of writing, that they are thoughts that can be ingested by others later on.
Yeah, because with all the social media outlets now, I mean, you can share your thoughts with somebody and not have to worry about them. You can find somebody neutral and not have to worry about them judging you or being critical of you because because the people who know you are going to look at you differently than somebody who doesn't know you.
That's for sure. And but again, you give back.
Yeah.
You're the chair of the board of directors for Citizens Advocacy. And
Well, I was.
you was.
That's no longer.
No longer. Okay,
Yeah.
but you were a part of that.
Yep.
Robert, what's the cerebral palsy community like here in Savannah?
Well,
is there
it's
any sort of network?
it's
Is
really-
there any sort of assistance?
They're just starting to bring it back, and as a matter of fact, because they had taken it out and moved it up to Atlanta, but they're starting to. It's slowly but surely coming back. But as of right now, I don't think there's a support group for cerebral palsy.
No.
Now there's United Cerebral Palsy, but I think they're out of Atlanta. But I think that's the one they're trying to migrate back in to Savannah.
Yeah, I was wondering if there's any sort of, it doesn't have to be an organization, even just a group where, people can reach out with questions, or families that are going through how they could share.
Well, I know living independence for everyone, life, you may can get in touch with them. That's the only contact I have
Living Independence
for everyone.
for everyone. And they're located here in Savannah?
Yeah. On 4811 Waters Avenue.
4811 Waters Avenue. That's Living Independence for everyone.
And their coordinator's name is Angel Donardi.
Angel Donardi. Writing it down.
Yeah.
Xavier, you out there, Xavier? Xavier, you should be here in this conversation too. Another friend.
Xavier, is it last name Hollins?
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
We've been good friends for a good little while. Me and him been in a couple of we've been in a couple of summer camps. And he's a part of Citizen Advocacy. Well, he was.
Yeah, that's how I had met him, through friends that were advocates for him. How he became a part of my life. And through that, and through playing music at the Citizen Advocacy events, having met Kyle as well, and he was a part of my life and hasn't been recently. I'm gonna have to reach back out to Kyle for sure. But I think it would be interesting, or that's why I'm wondering what the population is, and what's like just even a Facebook group or something, and a little recognized something here in Savannah.
I haven't tried social media, but I mean, as far as I know, there's nothing that I know of that Savannah is, and I've been looking for it.
Well, maybe you need to initiate at least a page on social media platform. Savannah cerebral palsy community or something that might spark something, or at least it will give an idea of how many people are out there and how much need that there is.
Yeah, because I mean, like everything else has a support group. So
Yeah, and
I,
you know,
I think we're the only, I think we're the only developmental condition group who doesn't have a local.
really,
Yeah,
and it's such. I mean, I find it to be one of the most
and
challenging
and
of it
we
all as well.
and we got and we have enough people with cerebral palsy to get something started. So I you might be right. I may have to take the initiative on that. Yeah.
I think for something's telling me, God and the source is telling me to tell you that it's a good way to start
And,
to get
and
an assessment.
it's something, and it's funny you should say that because that's something that's been in in my heart, in my mind, and a couple of months ago, because the crazy thing is, I met I met a young lady from Middle Georgia. She came down here, was doing something for one of her jobs, and then she called me when she got back and said her her supervisor wanted to talk to me because I think they're trying to get it cranked back up, but we haven't had the meeting yet. Speaking of, I might I think I'm gonna give her a call after I leave here.
I think that's a good idea, and then posting that up online, and then just starting the group
Yeah,
and letting people know that it's there to see.
yeah,
I think it would probably be a great central resource,
yeah,
you know, because it can be something that people feel incredibly isolated and alone in dealing with if they don't have a very supportive community. And you might really open a door for lots of folks to realize they're not alone.
and you know what? Uh, all a lot of people need is somebody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
So, so, and what I want y'all to know is, um, I, I may not be able to help a whole lot, but I can be a listening ear for anybody. So if anybody's out there and you hear me and you need somebody to talk to, whether you have a developmental disability or not, because there's a lot of people in the world that just need just need a listening ear. They don't even need a whole lot of they don't even need a whole lot of help. A lot of people just need a listening ear. So
I want to kind of read something so you could see how we're somewhat on par with one another today. You know, I wrote, sometimes awkward situations can arise when only one person holds deep sentiments for the other, or no one is willing enough to hold conversation to see how they feel
right,
for each other.
right,
And I happen to turn to the page of Love Fire. How individuals sometimes find other special individuals and they can't talk face to face, so they write about it. And then you go on to write, in life, each individual experiences certain emotional feelings towards other individuals, and sometimes these feelings can cause one's need to express their feelings to the other individual. And this is sometimes a difficult decision to determine because you're not sure how the other person is going to respond, and you don't know how they're going to feel after you tell them.
exactly.
Nonetheless, there are times when you just have to put your heart out there and see if the other person accepts the bait and the other individual puts out there. So this is me putting my feelings out there to you. I feel like you're a genuine person with a generous heart, and I was just wondering, would it be probable for us to possibly go out and just have a good time? Potentially looking at you for a relationship. If nothing comes from this, at least we can have a good friendship. Let me
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
And I would imagine that
and I
has to
mean,
feel
I
really
mean,
bold.
I mean, like that's a normal, that's a normal life conversation as
real.
well. Even though that wasn't what I was talking about, but that's a normal life conversation. Cause all people want is a sense of belonging,
Yeah.
and I I put that there because I mean, like honestly, there's a lot of people that's feeling lonely and vulnerable, and vulnerability can cause a lot of different emotions.
Yes. It's amazing to be brave and to be vulnerable. It is also unfortunate that some people might take advantage of those vulnerabilities
Yeah,
or
and
be cruel towards them.
and that's my that's my that's that's one of my biggest difficulties, cause because of because of developmental factors, we have all of these issues. But at the end of the day, we're all individuals, and we just want to be treated as such.
Yes. It's hard to be seen in that capacity when you show up in your wheelchair.
Yeah,
And
but
of course, there are your physical nuances. And
right.
people don't know how
People don't know how to respond, and I think it would be a good idea if even at some of these colleges, if they would have like a developmental like class, a mandatory class that you would have to take in order to graduate. So that way you know how to handle people in different situations.
That's part of a life. That's like something that should be part of a life teaching course.
Yeah.
And I agree with you that there ought to be a course that really helps prepare people with transition from first entering college.
Yeah.
Plus for assisting them with cues.
Yeah.
And sentiments for when
and
they
how to handle
as well.
people with, and also how to handle people with different types of challenges. Because whether you want to or not, you're gonna run into those people in the world.
Indeed, and you're going to meet people from all walks of life in many different situations. So inevitably you'll need those tools and a well varied tool bag as well to get through it.
Exactly, because what people don't realize is individually, yeah, we're all one person, but if we work together, it won't be so much dissension.
Yeah, that's the key factor there, huh? Cooperation.
Yeah,
Cooperation.
if we work together,
eternal cooperation.
Yeah, and eternal love for your fellow man. Because if you have a lot of love for your fellow man, then a lot of things that we are considering issues won't be issues because you know what you're dealing with. But that comes with learning and being taught. And a lot of people aren't taught how to be good people. Because when we were coming up, we were always taught to help other people. We were taught that. We were taught all this stuff. But nowadays, ain't nobody teaching nobody.
I can't say nobody. I think there are places out there
There are
that that still push those sentiments forth.
Let me rephrase that.
Please do.
Not everybody, but some So there's a lot of people who aren't sure of how to receive other people, and without for the lack of knowledge, like you said, ignorance is just simply people not knowing. But how are you supposed to know if you're never taught?
Very true. Without exposure, you have no idea.
Yeah,
You know, you don't think of the situation and the potential of that situation. So yeah, it can go missed.
and a lot of times, a lot of people who have car accidents who aren't used to living like this. See, me, I'm used to it because I was born like this. But see, if you get in a car accident and all of a sudden your whole life changed and you end up being paralyzed and you don't know how to handle that. And this is going back to what we were talking about the support. And you don't have the support to deal with what you need to deal with. It can be a very difficult challenge.
For sure.
And what I try to convey, and this is what I convey in life altogether, is that you have to find some kind of genuineness in your heart. Because life is, you're not in control of the car life deals you. And I'm glad I mentioned that, because this goes to the title of one of my posts, my autobiography, Jumping Through Life Hurdles with a Smile. You can only play the hand you're dealt. You can only play the one hand you're dealt.
Yes.
And when it's gone, it's gone. So if you go to page 140 and read the bottom paragraph, the very last paragraph.
In conclusion, I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations in my life, some good, some bad. Life never deals you a specific deck of cards, so you have to play the cards you're dealt, understanding the fact that God knows what's best and He does everything for a reason. I've accomplished a lot over the past 35 years, and I want the readers of my book to take my life and use it as a testimony for their life and never give up on their dreams, hopes, and aspirations. Even if you try and fall, God will always honor your effort. Try your best, and no matter what the outcome is, you'll be successful, no matter what.
Yeah.
So it's never a matter of how many times you fall.
Yeah.
It's a matter of how many
times you get up
and keep going.
Yep.
Yep. How old are you now, Robert?
I'm 43.
43.
So I've fallen and gotten up a bunch of times.
Heck yeah.
So I mean, and another thing is, it's not a matter of it's not even a matter of your ability. It's about your availability and what you're willing to give to the universe and to the earth. And if you let God be your guide, there's no telling what doors God will open up for you.
I almost feel like another thing you need to work on is putting a proposal into the Board of Education that in schools where there are disabled students or developmentally challenged students, that the normal, quote unquote, normal students should have to take time to figure out how beneficial it might be for them to have, as part of their education, service time.
Yeah,
of
because
advocating and taking care of those people.
And the funny thing is, we did all that when I was in school, but that just goes to show you how much times have changed. Because when I was in school, they had other students come in from other classes and help us out for maybe an hour or two a day,
Nice.
twice a week. But that just goes to show you how much the times have changed.
Is that still a program in the schools?
I have no idea.
So we would have
'Cause,
to inquire about that.
Yeah,
That would be
'cause
something worth inquiring on.
cause mind you now, I've been out of high school, what, over 25 years. So I don't know what the curriculum is, but
I'm trying to remember from when I was in some of the schools where I spent extended time and trying to think of hearing of any of those assignments or any of that that cross merging, and I can't recall any. Hence why I thought about it and brought it up.
Because like I said, when we were in elementary school and middle school, they had people, it was like 10 different students that would come around on different days and just come to our class and help us do different stuff. Whatever it was, whether it was helping us with our work or just sitting down talking to us for a little while.
I'm writing that down.
It was like a peer mentoring program. But the regular students would come into the class and just literally spend like some time with us just so they know what it would require.
Yeah, I think it just also raises compassion.
Yeah. And a lot of people, I'm gonna say it like this: a lot of people, if you genuinely understand just the meaning of humanity and just having basic human decency, you would understand that it's a lot. Because we may look different with the physical eye, there's still a lot we can contribute. And what I want y'all to know is that your condition physically, mentally, or emotionally doesn't matter, but the fact that you're willing to give it a shot says a lot about your character and the person you are. So, really, what I want y'all to do is just be mindful of people with different types of disabilities and people that may need help, because it's gonna come a point in time where we're all gonna need help.
Yeah.
If for no other reason because of age and attrition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you would hope that there's someone there to help you.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is be mindful, because you never know. You never know what the next 5 minutes gonna bring in your life. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a reminder of simple basics of remembering a great gift is giving of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, of your time, of
And
your attention, of your service, and how, again, a reminder that simple little gestures go amazingly long ways.
And it doesn't have to be anything really. It doesn't have to be anything really big. Sometimes all someone needs is just smile.
would imagine that, or someone even just holding the door open for you during the day,
Yeah,
is amazingly
yeah.
helpful and feels like a
And
beautiful connection.
that goes for people who can walk as well, cause as long as you, cause I mean everybody needs a little help opening the door every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the simple reminder that life can knock on your door at the same. Life can knock on your door just as easily as it knocked on mine.
For real.
Yeah. And I try to tell people that life circumstances are not promised. So,
They're not always permanent.
yeah. Matter of fact, I don't know which book it's in, but I think I got some. Can you check that book and see if there's a poem in there called Life Circumstances?
Life circumstances. Well, I think I had just seen that.
I
Let me check it.
I don't remember.
I know, I gotta
I
check
don't
it.
remember which book it was in.
Hold on, I'm looking for it.
I remember seeing it. I just don't remember where I wrote it.
Uh-huh. I thought I had just seen it also.
It might be in the black and red one, the one I only had the one I got over here.
Oh, the one you have there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I've written it, but I don't remember where I wrote it. And I got so
I'm
many.
still looking for it.
I got so many of them. So,
Yeah, life's personal circumstances.
yeah, you found it.
All right.
Okay, can you read that for me?
Yeah, hold on. Life's personal circumstances. I'm a poet who loves to write about personal experience, conflict, difficulty, and friction on my motivated niches. Individuals try to get under my skin by trying to discriminate against me without a cause or a reason. But the God I serve allows me to praise Him, fight the conflict I face, and endure until my prosperous season arrives. Life, personal circumstances. That's that one. I don't think that's the one you were looking for, right?
But nonetheless, it says pretty much what I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't let life circumstances get you down.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the one, but it works just the same.
Yeah, I was skimming through this one too. And
And there's one in there called Self-Love.
yeah.
If you would read that for me. I know that one's in there.
Self-love is a must to live in this world and on this earth daily, because she would walk around like sour grapes with a negative attitude around everyone you encounter.
And what I want to say for that one is, if you don't love yourself, there's no way you can love anyone else.
No, that's where it starts. That's the jumping point.
Yeah.
That's definitely the jumping point there. And then, of course, once you can love yourself, there is the love you give.
Yeah.
Because
read that for me too.
individuals desperately need to spread more love in these days and times. The love you give demonstrates the life you live. God's will always penetrates your soul. Will to love without consequence or resentment within. And when you live in His will, the love you give represents your relationship with Him. The intimate encounters with God when our souls connect. The end result, you win the love you give. It demonstrates the life you live. The life you live gives strength to individuals who influence you and play a role in your everyday influence on the world. Each day we live, and the love we give should be unconditional, to the extent that individuals receiving should want to be a blessing on a daily basis, without expecting any reciprocation whatsoever on the earthly realm and the spectrum of life. That it is simply the love that you give.
And if y'all don't get anything else out of this interview, I just want y'all to get the point that love should be shared no matter what. Now, as far as my books go, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all my books, they're available on my Linktree page. If you'll read that again.
The Linktree thing. Hold on. Give me a moment, let me get back to that. That's Linktree, if I remember. That's Linktree, dot,
Robert Wills Cohen.
yeah, R.E. Cohen,
1821.
1821.
But also, if y'all are local, I would rather you contact me and get a book from me.
Linktree.com/R.E. Cohen 1821 or Robert Cohen. You can find him on social media.
Yeah.
Be friends to
And then
engage in conversation.
you can inbox me on any one of my social media platforms. Oh, Louis, can you come here? Let me give you my card. That's one thing I forgot.
Okay.
There's cards in the top pocket.
In the top
Blue and
pocket.
orange cards.
Okay.
If you read on the front, there's
Oh, I think that's the wrong pocket, but I'm
Might
taking a Tic Tac.
Go ahead, no problem. No problem.
Since we found them, thank
Trust.
Thank you.
They're blue and
So
orange
this one here,
cards.
for this one here.
No, they're blue and orange. Yeah, those, the ones right there. If you can, you see the Instagram
Yep, I see it.
and all them pages.
And I'll post this when I
Yeah.
post this show up
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I'll post all of that for people
Okay.
to be able to reach out.
Okay. When you post it, can you also email it to me?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely good.
I think this was a really good show for everybody.
Yeah, and you have Robert Cohen 1821, R.E. Cohen 1821 at gmail.com.
That's my email.
Big Wheels. Big Wheels 41. Is that Instagram or Facebook?
Yeah. That's Instagram. And then
Wheels 41.
it's I think that's Instagram too, and my YouTube is on the back.
Got your YouTube. That's Wheels Fire Unbrought.
Yeah.
Love daily, think logically, and live transparently. Hold on.
And that's a personal quote I came up with
That's a good one.
last year.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want y'all to know is, even if y'all don't buy a book from me, there's a link on my Linktree where you can just send me a donation if you feel so inclined.
Or perhaps you can share some of your thoughts.
Yeah. And that's why I got the link tree. Yeah. Y'all, one thing I noticed, if you put the platform out there, if people know what you're doing, most of them will support you. But you just gotta let people know what you're doing. And one of my favorite quotes here is a closed mouth don't get fed. So if you don't tell nobody what you're doing, nobody gonna know what you're doing. So they don't know what kind of help you need. Sometimes you just have to reach out there and see what comes of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
Yep.
I want to read this poem. I mentioned Miriam Center earlier in the show.
Yeah.
She lived 99 years.
Yeah.
She did really, really well. And of course,
she was a writer too?
She was eventually an author, yes.
Okay.
A playwright. But she was a pioneer for women here in town.
Right.
And you have here, this is for some of her people, you wrote Peace with Memories of a Lost Loved One. This is how I feel with the loss of my grandmother. 2 years and 5 months since I've lost you, but for some reason I feel a peace and calmness with your departure. Losing you has been difficult, however. I refuse to allow the devil to take any victory over my emotions when it comes to grief. I know you're up there looking down over me, and know that you still love me, realizing that I can still have a conversation with you at any time. Even though you're no longer here in the physical sense, I can always talk to you about anything, and I'm really missing the tangible. It's one of the things that makes me sorrowful about your loss. Other than that, I'm at peace, because I know where you are, and I know that you're an angel with wings now. I love you, and I'll see you again.
Yeah.
Yes, for we.
And thank you for reading that, because that brought something else to my mind. Because a lot of people, when they deal with grief, they don't deal with it. They don't know how to deal with it. Because grief and loss can come whenever you get ready. And it has no time limit or no cure for it. So if you're not being careful, you will lose yourself in it.
Mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, let me take this time to say this. Anybody out there, if you're having any type of mental challenges, go out and get the help you need. Because if your mind isn't functioning correctly, your whole body is messed up. It starts with the mind. So if you don't have stability in your mind, nothing you do will be in the right spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
So please, and I'm not saying that to be ugly or anything, but please, if you need help, just take the time to go get the help you need.
Yeah, you have people out there definitely to lend you a hand. So
Yep.
make sure that you know there are resources, and they are there to utilize.
Yep.
Be sure that you do so.
Yep.
Robert, it's been a delight holding this conversation.
It's been nice talking to you.
Definitely so. And hopefully you'll see Robert rolling around these streets.
I'll be around somewhere.
And again, don't be shy. You go up and say hello, and you check out how things are, and you see if he needs anything, and you just give him a smile.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
All right, Savannah. We appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all.
Likewise.
Y'all have a good Y'all have a good afternoon.
Indeed.
I appreciate y'all
Likewise.
for having me.
Here's to it.
All right. That was a really good show. That was a really good show.
Yeah. You're fantastic.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let you keep one of the new books.
Well, thank you.
So, I'll what I do need you to do though is write your name down in my notebook
Okay.
so I can know I gave you a book.
Okay, super.
Can you turn the camera off for me?
Yes. And that'll be which one? This one?
Yeah.
Okay.